okay? Right, because they have many, many full owners, and most importantly, many more full owners on their way to becoming full owners, right? I know Sandy's going to kick us off, and she's going to tie together, okay, the power of belief. There they are, a marvelous couple. Take it away, Sandy. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Coach, and great job. And all I know is from today so far. Mark's got to come over so we can screen share from my side. My takeaway today, I mean, you listened to Dennis, and then you get to hear from Hermie and Chris. And I will tell you, we've been coaching Chris and Hermie, and Chris's least likeliest thing that he loves to do is public speak. So I am so dang proud of you, Chris, because you're stretching and growing, because everybody needs a coach and everyone needs to be pushed in order to self-develop and to grow. So I'm just very, very proud of you, Chris, because I know you're up front and center now, and you got it over with. You can relax, take a deep breath. I got you. I got your back, and I'll take it from here. So I'm just so proud of you guys, especially what you do. And you know what? This company is full of people like Hermie and Chris, and that's exactly what Mark and I love to when we would travel and we'd go to Dallas, Texas, or we go to Thunder Bay or wherever. We were always mesmerized and encouraged by all the different personalities and the different examples of people for winning. But you know, when you see when you see Primerica, you're not sure what this is, and you're trying to wrap your head around. I think Hermie and Chris did a phenomenal job of preparing you what the crusade does. When you can take a family from $700 a month down to $91 for the same coverage, and that was like 900,000. That is ridiculous. Or you 500,000 down to, you know, $100, $75. We make a difference so great right now. And so you know that what we do as a company is right. What Dennis went through about belief, the biggest thing, like he says, is you have to believe in yourself. But when you make the effort or the commitment or the decision to move forward in this business, you need to be able to prepare for battle. Because anytime you step out of your comfort zone and you're going to make gains in your life and you're going to be an impact player in other people's lives, I will tell you, the battle begins first in your mind. Mark, how do I advance these? Just on my arrow? And this is what you're in for. Anytime you go to step out to do good, you're always going to be faced with an alternate force, a negative force that's going to try to test you and take you out of what you're committing to. And so this has been, when I saw this, a prayer warrior friend of mine had posted this, and I went, oh my God, Pastor Jared, where did you get this from? I said, this has been my whole life. It has been a battle from day one. And you have to understand, life isn't supposed to be easy. When you're just comfortable and just getting by, it means you're not really a big influence in the community or doing something that can really impact and empower others' lives. So, you know, if you understand what belief is, it's the repetition of affirmations that leads to the belief. So it's a conscious effort of what we do. So I'm going to show you what I learned from Dennis's speech when I heard that on Monday, how the 4 things that belief does for you, why it's so important. This is everything in our lives. It's everything in our business. It's everything in raising children. Belief creates a vision first and foremost, because you got to know, what am I doing the work for? What are the end results? So I got to share with you my personal journey, because my journey has been a battle. Like I told you, I always tell Mark, it's like a battle between good and evil, because I always feel like I've been in a tug of war, especially with my health, especially with challenge me on how I think, because it's so easy to gravitate to mediocrity. It's so easy to gravitate to what's comfortable. But when you're stretched and pushed to do more, once you start stretching those muscles, your belief ability increases and things start to change in your favor. So let me share with you this, because belief can change your life. It can even save your life, and you can empower yourself, and as well as empower others. The impact, the trickle effect on that, the compounding efforts of your belief can absolutely set you up for generations. So look at this. I was 21 years old when I got diagnosed with Guillain-Barré syndrome. I actually, for the first 9 months of that diagnosis, I on my charts in my hospital room was acute multiple sclerosis. So I had within 10 days had lost all complete use of my motor skills. I had the motor skills of a 6-month-old baby. I couldn't walk, I couldn't talk. I had one half of my face working. My one eye was paralyzed open. I didn't sleep for 4.5 months. Now they tape your eyes closed. They didn't do that back then. They had to put drops in your eyes every 20 minutes. And I will tell you, when you're around doom and gloom, and in a hospital, I was in Regina Hospital that used to be called the Plains Hospital. My mom and dad's and our farm were 2.5-hour drive away. So I had no family, I had no friends, I had no one around me except me and God. And it was me in my room, and I had a decision. I mean, what happened sucked. So you can really gravitate to, whoa, the woe is me of what's going wrong in my life, or you can gravitate to any little glimmer of hope of what could happen. And I had 3 neurologists, 3 specialists on my case 24/7, because the paralysis stopped at my heart and my lungs in a 24-hour period. And I finally had made it through we call it the watch night, and I was on watch. And all I remember is one neurologist said to me, and I heard him loud and clear. He says, you know, I haven't seen anything like this. Your case is so acute. He goes, I mean, and it happened so fast. He goes, I really think that you have Guillain-Barré syndrome. Now, I have 3 neurologists standing at the foot of my bed trying to assess me after my 3rd spinal tap. This is 9 months later. Comes in my room, and he said, I have to tell you, he goes, you have Guillain-Barré syndrome. We've ruled out the MS. Now, the other 2 neurologists have hung on to the MS diagnosis. I was in hope for 4 months because one guy said, it may be a rare case of this. And I hung on that. And that's all I'm talking, like, if there's anything, look for a glimmer of hope. So look at this next one. So, you know, I was down to 89 pounds at my worst, not yet. I was down to literally hair and teeth. But I'm telling you, what the body can overcome when you are focused on the end result. So that vision of what the end result was, I would envision myself pressing the call button. I would envision myself being able to blink. I would envision myself being able to swallow again. I would envision myself someday getting up and walking again. I would envision myself being able to have a shower. I mean, little things that were the most important things when you've lost all ability. And so when you have a vision, you believe that when you do the work, the results will be worth it. And all the work was in my mind. That's all I had. I lost all my motor skills except my ability to think. And I'm telling you, when you think the right way, God will always bless your intentions. I promise you, because there's no room for any doubt. So the second part belief does. Belief creates the strength of will. This is so powerful, guys. Look at this. It's the alignment to the assignment. And don't put it back on me. Just leave it right on those things there. Yeah. But the alignment is the assignment. It's an uncommon commitment, relentless perseverance, and consistent discipline, meaning doing whatever it takes to get the job done. So, you know, we're in Primerica. Dennis and Sean, they recruit us in this business. We're now a part of Primerica. I thought what I'd endured going through Guillain-Barré syndrome and getting everything back, I mean, that's a miracle in itself. So now we're in Primerica, and it's a strength of will, because it's like, okay, I don't know if I've got what it takes to do this too. This is like crazy. I'm supposed to have a desk job the rest of my life. I'm supposed to be just kind of like speeding through life and being thankful for what I had just gotten back, and then I'm good. Nope, God had bigger plans. But this creates the strength of will when you have the belief. And I thought, well, if I could beat Guillain-Barré syndrome, if I could beat, you know, the odds of passing the life insurance exam, or I can beat the odds of recruiting our first couple in the business, my gosh, what can't we do? This is like amazing. It's little baby steps of your belief continues to grow, and it will continue to grow. And then I get fast forward, you know, Dennis and Sean had talked us into, it was actually Sean who planted that seed. These are the seeds of being pushed and being coached how important it is. Sean, we came down to visit their second home in 1994, 1995, right around there in Stonegate. They take us out for dinner. We love Phoenix. We love the weather because obviously I don't think that was in too much of the summer, but it was a defining moment and a divine appointment because Sean, with her nice little smile and a little twinkle in her eyes, said, well, Peanut, why do you have to wait 10 years before you could have a second home here? Why don't we start planning this right now? So we put a 2-year game plan. When we moved in 1997, we had the #1 base shop in all of Canada in 3 cities. We had Calgary, Winnipeg at the time, and the new startup in Phoenix. We had 3 licensed agents. 1 licensed agent in Phoenix when we got here, and we were running an $80,000 base shop, double-digit recruiting team, 80 grand base shop. We were on a mission. And then 3 years later, I get diagnosed at age 39 with end-stage cancer. I'm a little bit of a, what do you call that, Mark? I overdo things. I need to learn to slow down. And that was like another way of a reminder that, hey, you can't just do everything. Let's just calm you down for a bit. But let me tell you about that. I had 3 specialists in my prognosis. Do you see how this works? I had the Sloan Kettering top doctor that Art Williams and Barbara King had put us in front of. 2.5 weeks. My surgery was on 9/11. 2.5 weeks when the planes were able to start to fly again. Mark and I were on the first flight. There's only us and the pilots and a flight attendant on that flight going to New York because the city was still burning. And I'll never forget that. It was my first time I'd lost all fear of flying. And Mark goes, well, what about me? I said, well, if I die in a plane crash, I'm fine because I'm dying anyway. I might as like, Mark goes, what about me? I'm like, oh yeah, I guess that's not good. Anyway, we went to New York. We came here. We're at the Mayo Clinic with my specialist, the top oncology radiologist here. And both of them gave me a less than 20% chance of survival, 99% because of my carcinoma was so aggressive that it would be back my first year, get our affairs in order. And then we found this little guy, Dr. Dino Prado, 26 years of age. He just passed his national exams. He's a natural medical doctor. I'm the first patient, the first day, what Mark brings me to his practice. And that one specialist said, he has no experience, no track record, nothing. This is how God works. You want a sign? I sat in that and I looked at Mark and I said, oh my God, Doogie Howser's going to save me. Honey, come on. We've already talked to the best in the world. What are you doing? He says, you need to hear him out. I meet Dr. Prado for 4 hours. He says, look, what you've got is really bad. What I'm going to tell you is if you're 100% coachable to what I asked you to do, you got a shot. I went, I got a shot? It's always the third guy. And I went, well, I'm going to go with the shot because what if I don't try, I'll never know. And if I never know, I'm going to die anyway. So why would I want to do that when I could? And thank God we were in a vehicle, that same month that I was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, we just crossed over the $1 million ruby ring. It was like, yay. What? The timing sucked, but then it was great because guess what? Because we're financially independent and we had $100,000 a month, it didn't matter that insurance didn't cover it. This company can save your life. It's that powerful, but you've got to believe it. So look at this, the next one, belief creates resilience. When you believe so bad, listen, resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity. I have had nothing but adversity in my life, and I'm grateful for it because it makes you stronger. Like Dennis talked about, belief just doesn't survive adversity. It strengthens you. It's because when you're in this phase, see, people give up, people slow down, or people quit because they lack in belief. It's not you. Stop taking it personal. They're allowing their distractions. Remember that first slide of Jesus and the devil? They're not focused on where Jesus wants them focused. Are you with me? In the battle of the mind. You got to win the battle in the mind. And this, I'm telling you, resilience, it's the capacity to navigate through challenges, difficulties, and setbacks. Especially when you do, I can't tell you how many days I wanted to quit when I was paralyzed. I can't tell you. I was thinking of ways that if I could just get my body to roll off and put a pillow, somehow move a pillow on the floor and roll down and maybe suffocate I had no future. You understand that? My life sucked at age 21. And then God brought, and I was engaged to somebody else at the time. That didn't work out because that fiance had told me at age 21, you know, this is a lot harder on me than it is on you. What? Okay, thank you, Lord. That was actually the sign that I needed to dump that guy. And then who did God bring me? Mark. I mean, listen, you just always got to be open and listen to what's in your heart. So look at this. I'm going to share this with you. Belief ignites and activates. This is the last one. Guess what this does? When you have the power of belief, it unleashes you. When Dennis and Sean met with Mark and I was so fear-based and yet filled with faith, but it was a tug of war. And all I know is I didn't think I could ever talk in front of people. I looked at Sean and how eloquent she dressed, how she always looked awesome. Sean had to take me shopping to get a new hairdo and get some clothes that actually, it wasn't Kmart, Zeller, you know, blue light special stuff, because that's how my life was. And it changed me. She pushed me. She challenged me. She coached me. Thank God, because that belief, her belief in me ignited me. It came from deep within my guts to just go, well, why not? If Dennis and Sean have been, I want to win with them. I want to be right there with them, enjoying all of the freedom and all of the goods that are coming our way when we do the. See, it allows you to operate at max capacity, gives you full access to your talent. It belief is a trigger that empowers you to perform at the highest level possible. You are unstoppable. And so let me close with this. You either quit or you keep going. They both hurt in every situation. Whether it was Guillain-Barré syndrome, whether it was Primerica, when people were quitting on us. I know they were quitting on me. They quit on them. They quit on their dreams, not on Mark and I. We were in charge of our dreams. Nobody else. Nobody was going to allow. It didn't matter. Anyone quit. We knew we could count on ourselves. So don't take it personal. It's just their belief. Is your belief powered up? And listen, I want to just add this to you. And probably some of you aren't going to like it. I really don't care, because this is the God's honest truth. I feel sorry for those that don't have your spouse involved or your partner involved with you, and and then all the belief is left up to you. How's your belief lately? If you can't get your own partner believe in you, or believe in Primerica, or believe in the opportunity, believe in the vision for you and your family, how are you going to get anyone else to follow you and believe in you? This is a business based off belief. Your cup needs to runneth over in order to attract or stick to somebody else. That's how this business works. So look at this. I got to share with this in closing, because I don't think we talk about this tonight. But Mark and I, this business was do or die. I know for Dennis and Sean, it was do or die. This is what we do. Every year we pick a trip every summer, and we do what we're called memory trips. And we take our family and we go to Montana. A lot of us at the lake in Montana, we rent a place. This is a place, it's Black Diamond Cattle and Ranch Company in Millerville in Black Diamond, Alberta. Well, we rented this place, $18,000 for the week. And we had both our families, because we had a reunion. We had Randy's youngest son got married. And so we rented that place. So we had, everybody didn't have to hang out at a hotel room. We could just hang out here. This place is unbelievable. It's all to ourselves. We had Mark's mother there, 94 years young. She is just a pistol. She flew on a private jet with some of Mark's family to get to Thunder Bay. That's the kitchen where we all gather in the kitchen. We fed people for 4 days, 5 days straight, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. All the folks that you see in the pool in the backyard there are all our nieces and nephews. Our nephews are discussed because every single one of them are all in business for themselves. And they all thank Mark and I, because we were the ones in the family that paved the way, that showed them that it could be done, that they could control their own destiny and be in business for themselves. It is so exciting to see them all winning and all succeeding in their 30s. Just like we were doing. And there's both my family and Mark's family. My mom and dad are there, and Mark's mom, and all the nieces and nephews and cousins, my blended family between my family and Mark's family. We are very blessed that we have this. And that's not even everybody. We're still missing some people, because we're missing most of Randy's people there. I mean, this business is amazing. But let me talk to you about manifesting. I'm done. This is our grandbaby. No, you look at this, because Dennis and Sean planted seeds in us and they got a second home when Trey was a baby in Scottsdale, Arizona. And we ended up moving there because we bought into their vision. We bought into their dream. We're like, yeah, why not? Let's go do this. We then moved here to Arizona. I put my little girl, who was 4 years old at the time, 3.5 years old, Christy, in dance lessons because I wanted to meet other parents, because I needed to recruit and build a team. And I needed to talk to other parents about why term and invest the difference, coming to work with us. And I put Cody into every sport possible. Took him to different hairstyles, had their hair done so I could meet new people. That's prospecting as you go. I was on a mission to help change lives. We move into this beautiful dream house, our wow house, and it was designed an African safari with tigers, elephants, giraffes. Everybody remember our wow house? And Christy's room was specially designed with leopard print in the jungle, the mighty jungle. The lion sleeps tonight on her wall. Her favorite movie was The Lion King. Her favorite soundtrack was The Lion King. All she wanted to do was be in South Africa. She goes to dance, dances, gets a scholarship, becomes a professional dancer, dances all over the world, and meets her husband, Brent Zemke, who is from South Africa. And there they are this week. They come back on Friday. They were there to meet, but spend time with all of their families. Now, Dennis, listen to this. Because of that chance, you guys planting your seeds in Arizona, you talking to us, planting the seeds for us to come here. Look at this little baby's life. Her heritage, her legacy is Canadian, American, and South African. You know, I had somebody say, yeah, but she's not going to remember it. She's 6 months old in a safari. I said, this is the first. She's going back every year to be with her family in South Africa. I mean, this is amazing what this company can do. All I can do is challenge yourself to reset your mind. Everything is possible. Your dream life is waiting for you. I have one last slide. Obstacles can't stop you. Problems can't stop you. Most of all, other people can't stop you. Only you can stop you. And because of your faith, it will happen. That is my motto. That should be everybody's motto. Because of my faith, it will happen. Anyway, thank you, Dennis. Just wanted to share that with you. Love you, Coach. We'll give it back to Mark now.
No, it's Dennis.
Oh, it's Dennis. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're done?
Dennis, I got nothing. What can I say after that? It's back to you, buddy. She said it
Oh
all.
my goodness, that was absolutely incredible, and my emotion